Hello and welcome to a new Mew Mew Blog Thingy. Today we're going to do something a little different and go over some of the weirdest animation mistakes that were made in the show. A quick note, these only apply to the mistakes that are in the DVD release. The ones in the initial TV airing that are fixed for DVD won't be covered since I'm currently making a separate video series concerning those. Also, simple mistakes like the swapping of the girl's normal eye or hair colors with their Mew Mew ones won't be covered either since those are numerous, especially in the first half of the series. As I said, these are for weird animation mistakes. Alright, let's get started. We'll first start with episode 1. After Ichigo gets injected with the Iriomote Wildcat DNA, we see her sleeping with Aoyama's jacket. In the very next shot, we see him wearing his jacket, while she's holding his jacket. Whoops! Next is a rather infamous scene in episode 2. Ichigo experiences the first time her cat ears and tail pop out involuntarily, and she makes a crazy attempt to keep Aoyama from seeing them. Aoyama suddenly gets white skin, his hair turns brown, and his eyes become gray. Oh my god, they tried to turn him into K-Kun! Seriously, those are his colors! Anyways, this is such a stark contrast to how he's actually colored that people can't seem to help but point it out whenever they first see this episode. Unfortunately, this wouldn't be the last time his skin would be bleached, but it still doesn't compare to this scene since it's almost a full body shot. The next one is actually a part of a group of mistakes since these pop up in various episodes. As some of you might know, animation is usually done in layers depending on what moves. If only the mouth is moving, it's animated over the face. This sometimes causes an error in timing. In episode 3, when Ichigo comments about the water monster Mew Mint fought off was too easy to beat, Ichigo's closed mouth stays in the same position on her face even when she turns. This also happens to Keiichiro in episode 18, and there are also times when the mouth moves but the first frame, usually the mouth being closed, is stuck, such as Mew Puddings in episode 9. It's a mistake that's so common that it's usually not fixed. But the main reason I wanted to add this one is that 4Kids actually bothered to fix this in episode 3, or 4 in their version. Speaking of episode 9, that episode had a couple of weird mistakes as well. The first is the cutoff of some of the character cells. This happens twice in this episode. The first is when Bulling jumps over the gate of Minto's house. After slowing the scene down, you'll notice that Ichigo's legs are cut off. This happens again during Mew Mint's fight with the Swan Chimera. When she does her flying backwards flip, part of her arm gets cut off. It's usually something that goes unnoticed when the scene has fast movement. All I can say now is, congratulations! Now you won't be able to unsee these whenever you rewatch this episode. The next thing is actually debated on whether it's an actual mistake or not. When Mew Mint keeps her resolve to defeat the Chimera despite getting hurt, her eyes suddenly become a bright pink color. Some say it's a mistake, but usually when there's a mistake in eye color, it's usually the animator swapping colors, such as Minto's eyes turning blue when she's normal. Pink is such a stark contrast compared to blue and brown, so either this is a really weird coloring mistake, or it's to show that Mew Mint's anger is causing her to power up. You make the call! These next few are some of the more stranger coloring mistakes. First up in episode 11, after Ichigo gets attacked by the Cobra Chimera, whatever those are called on her dress right there, are colored red. Usually coloring mistakes happen when a certain object in a drawing is close to something else of that particular color, and it gets colored in by accident. But as you can plainly see, those things are nowhere near anything red. Also, Bulling was wearing her reddish outfit in this episode, but in one scene during the part when Zakuro saves the other girls, she has her usual orange clothes. Another weird mistake is in episode 18. Before the main fight starts in 17, Ryo is wearing his usual wardrobe. But when 18 first aired, he was wearing the tacky green sleeve sweater and purple pants. While that was fixed in the DVD release, they didn't bother to fix it when Bulling was stating her deduction concerning the Blue Knight's identity, making it inconsistent. In episode 21, after Zakuro tells Minto to calm down to stop her from fighting with Ichigo, Minto runs out of the cafe and then we cut back to the other girls calling out to her. Notice the mistake? That's right, Ichigo was wearing casual clothes, and now we suddenly see her in her cafe uniform. To make it even worse, that's not Ichigo. It's Bulling accidentally colored as her. A similar mistake happened in the TV airing of episode 34 with Retsusu, but at least that one got fixed. These next few are simple, weird mistakes, some of them happening in various episodes, so I'll just list them. Keisha's missing his arm and leg bands. He seems so naked without them. Minto's waitress dress is light blue. Pie's stomach isn't covered. What I said about Keisha applies here too. Why is the lining on the Blue Knight's outfit white? What happened to your shirt, Quiche? Rio's shirt suddenly has short sleeves. The girl's gloves are missing. Zakuro's outfit changed colors. Although considering that she has the exact same outfit in those colors, that mix-up is very understandable. There are also times when the coloring mistakes are only in a few frames during an action scene, such as Ichigo's gloves becoming the same color as her dress. And now we'll go over to our last animation mistake, which is in episode 52. In the scene where the other Mew Mews are running up to Aoyama and Ichigo while asking if they're okay, something really weird happens. Didn't notice it? Let's take a closer look, shall we? I don't know what Mew Lettuce did, but her movement in front of Mew Zakuro caused part of her to go missing. Does Mew Lettuce have character erasing powers that she's not telling anyone about? Just kidding, it's a strange little glitch and I'm not even sure how it happened. Kinda similar to the mistakes in episode 9, but stranger. And with that, I'll end this Mew Mew blog thingy. If there are any Mew Mew topics you want me to talk about, put them in the comments below. Tune in next time where I'll talk about fan-sub mistranslations and some of their more colorful choices in translating certain scenes.